Persona 30th is rigged. It's rigged as shit. 30 years and this is all we get? Look at Pokemon, bro. They have already announced their 10th generation. No, wait. I will come back to that. I will come back to Pokemon, but it's been almost 4 months since Atlus announced their 30th anniversary, and till now, all we got is a website and a few artworks for the main characters. Bro, not even the side characters. Pokemon is literally pooping on us, bro. They already released a new generation, new board games, and artwork for every single Pokemon, and much more. Live events and literally a new gen game after since 2 years or something, sort of. And this is something Atlus has never heard of in last 10 years. I truly cannot imagine the way it is, man. Okay, man, look, Persona 25th was negotiable. It was during COVID, so it makes sense that they would not invest in big titles, which would save them money in the pandemic. So I was kind of satisfied with the port of the previous games, but Persona 5 Tactica? What's next for 30th anniversary? Persona 5 Rebirth? Now, let's talk about Pokemon. Pokemon turns 30 years old in 2026. It has been 30 years since Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green launched in Japan and started to spread worldwide, became the largest media franchise of the world. Pokemon is a big franchise compared to Persona. It has over 4 times the audience Persona does. So it's kind of normal that Game Freak would of course celebrate their 30th anniversary with delight, and I'm happy for it. Apart from being a Persona fan, I'm a huge Pokemon fan too. But don't get me wrong at Atlus. They are a multi-million-dollar company with stakes and responsibilities at their production. Now, I understand that the Persona 6 delay might be due to they want to make a new identity for Persona 6 because Persona 5 was a huge success and a selling point for Atlus. But Atlus, come on, you have the second biggest JRPG franchise in the world and you owe us at least something, Atlus, and not this bullshit. What I'm trying to say here is, bro, come on. First off, the Pokemon company already treats anniversaries like a global celebration, not just marketing posts. Every major anniversary usually comes with the new game announcements, special reveals, and updates across multiple parts of the franchise. Games, anime cards, mobile games, and everything that you can think of regarding Pokemon. For example, when Pokemon celebrates, they often reveal new projects during events like Pokemon Presents. These are basically huge broadcast announcements where fans get trailers, new game reveals, and updates across the entire brand. And let's be real, the Pokemon franchise never stops releasing things even if you don't need them. We already saw massive modern games like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, pushing the series into full open world territory. We also saw titles like Pokemon Legends Arceus, changing how the classic Pokemon formula works, and the series keeps expanding with spin-offs. And of course, we can't forget the anime and the media side of the franchise. For decades, the anime led by Ash Ketchum helped build Pokemon into a worldwide cultural icon. So when Pokemon celebrates a milestone, they usually celebrate it across the entire franchise ecosystem. Right now for the anniversary, Pokemon has released their new Generation 10, Winds and Waves, with 3 major starters and a region based on Southeast Asia centrally. 3 major countries, Indonesia, Philippines, and Malaysia as per the speculations. And also they announced new ports for Fire Red and Leaf Green in Nintendo Switch 2. And also new spin-off games such as Pokemon Pokopia and Pokemon Champions. So yeah, a lot of things are going on in the Pokemon industry right now. When Pokemon hits an anniversary, they make it feel like a moment in the gaming history and not just a quiet tweet. They turn it into something fans everywhere feel a part of. And when you look at how massive Pokemon celebrations are, it makes you start asking a very plausible question. Because Another JRPG franchisee is hitting its anniversary too. And the way that franchisee is handling it is very different. Persona. So what's wrong? Because while Pokemon is preparing for its 30th anniversary, another legendary RPG franchise is already turning 30 this year. And the difference in how they are handling it's kind of shameful. I'm talking about Persona. Persona is about to hit 3 decades of existence, 30 years of games, 30 years of music, and 30 years of some of the most influential RPG designs ever made. The greatest designs ever. But the thing is, for a franchise this influential, the celebration feels strangely quiet. And that's shocking when you think about how far Persona has come, because this series did not start as a global hit. Back in 1996, the first game released on the original PlayStation was Revelations Persona. And at that time, almost nobody outside hardcore RPG circles even knew it existed. It was dark, it was philosophical, it was weird. The franchise slowly grew through sequels like Persona 2 Innocent Sin and Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. But even then, it was still very much of a cult series. Then everything changed in 2006. That's when Persona 3 released. And this game completely transformed what Persona ever was. Yup, it was a success because Persona 3 introduced something that would redefine the franchise forever. A social link system. Instead of just fighting enemies and grinding levels, you had to live a life. You went to school, you built friendships. You chose how to spend your limited time every single day, and those relationships actually made you stronger in battle. It was a crazy idea, a JRPG where human connections literally powered your abilities. And that concept became the heart of modern Persona. And then came the game that truly started building the fandom. Persona 4. Persona 4 shifted the tone completely. Instead of dark atmosphere of Persona 3, you had a small town. A group of friends solving murders inside a surreal TV world. It was stylish, it was funny, and the characters felt unbelievably human. For many fans, Persona 4 was the moment the series stopped being niche and started being beloved. But the real explosion came later. That's when Persona 5 arrived. And this is the moment Persona went from cult classic to global phenomenon. Persona 5 did not just release, it dominated conversations. The visual styles, the music, and the UI design was so rebellious and stylish that everybody used to talk about Persona 5. It was about the corrupt authority, everything about the game felt bold and uncomfortable. Even people who didn't normally play JRPGs started talking about it. Because Persona suddenly had millions of fans worldwide. Then Persona 5 Royal expanded the experience even further. More story, more characters, and more polish. And the series reached even bigger audiences. But Persona did not just grow through games. Its music became legendary. Live concerts like Persona Super Live, Peace Soundwish turned the soundtrack into full stage performances. Fans packed arenas just to hear Persona songs performed live. Think about that for a second. An RPG franchisee with concerts where thousands of fans sing along to battle themes? That's how powerful the series' identity had become. And now we are here, 30 years later. Persona has influenced RPG design, storytelling, music, and even visual representation across the industry. So naturally, you'd expect the 30th anniversary to be huge, right? Massive reveals, big celebrations. But folks, let me tell you one thing. Compared to Pokemon, it's still nothing. What other franchises are doing, things feel surprisingly quiet for us. And that's where fans start asking the obvious question. What exactly is Atlus planning? Because if Persona has proven anything over the last 30 years, it's that this series has a habit of changing everything when you expect it the least. And if a new chapter is coming, the entire RPG community is going to feel it. And that's what Persona 6 will be. With this one, goodbye, folks. A brand new day, a brand new week for Persona fans. Goodbye.